Hi, fam.
Hey,
I am so excited today. I don't know why. So, I think part of it is because we just got back from a long trip. But
so should we tell them? No,
let's
no,
let's
no.
go in
Let's
order.
start.
Let's start. Let's
Let's
go
start.
in order.
Let's start with us.
Yes.
Let's start with
Okay.
us.
So, guys, you all know me as Rocky, and this is LVP.
LVP,
Okay.
LP for short. Most people call me LP.
But what you may not know is that I spend a lot of my year in the school system. So I work for a school district with a special population and helping teachers to be able to help children with special needs, educate them, and help them to become productive citizens in our community.
I, on the other hand, work in mail services. Let's just say that. And I've been there for 27 years. And I have my eyes on in 3 years getting out of Dodge. What else? Talk about your neighborhood and where you grew up and stuff real quick.
Oh, okay. So
'Cause
I am
I wanna rep
originally
mine.
from New Orleans, and I originally grew up in the 7th Ward and then moved to the 9th Ward. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Well, I'm gonna make it fast. I'm from Carrollton. I'm from Holly Grove, baby. Holly Grove and Gertown. 17 Ward. 1-7.
We wanted to come on today and just kind of tell you all, like we said, a little bit about us, who we are, and what we do, but also to let you know that we really do appreciate you all watching the videos that you have watched, that we've put out, our content. We have additional content, but unfortunately, we always have things that come up that keep us from doing what we really want to do, or we just don't have enough time. Time is always an issue, right?
Life
is an issue as well. But before we get more into that, wanted to talk to you about why we actually started camping. So this goes all the way back to when 2020 came around and everybody started having COVID illnesses. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of loved ones. We wanted to find a way to be able to explore still our environment, to get out, because we were just tired of being in the house. By me being in the school system, I was then at home working, and we really couldn't go places. We had food pickup services or food delivery services. It wasn't as if we could just go into stores like we really wanted to. We had to be very cautious. So we felt like we really needed to have an outlet to get out, to take care of ourselves, to delve into our self-care and what that would look like for us.
And get to nature. Because one of the things that I know me for myself, and we talked about it too, that as a kid, I was kind of a city slicker. I grew up in Carrollton. Mm-hmm. I went to a very popular elementary school, and we performed at the Jazz Fest every year, and that was my getting out in nature, I guess, because we sing in the choir, Miss Ziegler, who was our choir teacher, and that was something that I looked forward to. I actually could sing as a kid. Don't ask me to do it now. But that was my quote unquote nature. Pretty much all my life, I had never really experienced anything like camping and all that kind of stuff. So during COVID, like she said, being at home and not being able to get out a whole lot, went to YouTube, where we are now, and typed in travel videos, because both of us from the very beginning knew that one of the things that we wanted to do once we connected was travel. She even said, if you're not interested in traveling, then this ain't gonna work, baby. It ain't gonna work.
Prior to COVID, we had taken several trips. Whether it was just let's get in the car and drive to the next state, go to the coast, or whether it was go west. So there were definitely trips that we had already taken, and we knew we wanted to continue that because for, I think, both of us, it was part of our self-care. Like it was time for us to escape from work, escape from the pressures that we may have had happening around us in our families or in our life, to be able to just woosah. So we started by going to Lake Martin. That's the name of it.
It was actually was the first video that we ever did.
And so we went out. I was like, babe, look, there's this lake. Let's go over here and we can go take a hike. And I think it was like fall time.
I cannot stand the cold. She can deal with it. I cannot stand the cold. I hate the cold.
I'd rather put clothes on, layers of clothes on instead of being the blistering heat. Because, hey, a girl can only take off so much, right, ladies? Y'all know that.
I love the summertime. Anyway, being at home and then typing in travel videos and having one of the first people to come up was one of our favorite channels, Traveling Robert, come up. And then when I was like, well, this is kind of like what Babe was talking about. Maybe the phone was listening to our conversations, perhaps, and knew what it was that we were looking for, because it made it really easy. And then he popped up, and instantly I was hooked. And I was like, well, I don't have a RV or nothing like that. So the next best thing for us would be tent camp, like most people start with tent camping. We did Chico, we did HFR, we did Kasachi. But Kasachi, we actually did that. That was one of our first trips with the trailer.
With the trailer, okay.
But we did Chico State Park.
Chico, yes,
and we did Chico,
we did Tenter.
We did Tenter at Chico.
And we did HFR, which was
we bought our tent.
Texas.
That's in Lofton, Texas area.
Yeah, I don't know if they still have those.
I don't think they're there anymore.
And that was Andy that had that HFR over there.
Yeah,
Andy had, it was his family land, and they had acres and acres of land, and they had beautiful
cows and bulls and
My grandfather had a camp, and
New Orleans East.
In New Orleans East, right? Way past Chalmette, off of Chef Mentor Highway. I remember, I think it was Yarborough was the docking yard where we would launch the boat from. And we would go out into the water, and then there was like a house that was built, and we used to go there during the summertime, me and my cousins, and we just had so much fun.
She had more wildlife than I did.
Yeah, it was a lot of outdoor stuff that we participated in. There was always a summer that we went to the camp, of course, and then because sometimes my mom would work during the summer, so I would go there, or I would actually go out to St. Francisville, where my father's from. You know, there's nothing to do besides be outside and run around and play and stuff. So we would always get out and go and do things. So I was always an outdoorsy type of person, because that's just how my family grew us up. Outdoor and nature has always been a part of who I am.
Yeah. So I don't know. I believe watching the Traveling Robert videos, I think I started by saying, "Oh, I want a van like him."
Yeah.
I don't want a tow.
Robert doesn't have a van.
Well,
at that time he just had the travel trailer.
But I knew that I wanted to do. That's when he had Mini Tinny, and he was riding in the Kia. The old Kia.
Yeah, the old Kia.
And I didn't see myself pulling anything. I saw myself, I can sell my vehicle and go get a trade-in and get a van, and we can do it that way. And I pitched it to her, and she was like, "Nah, bro.
Nah, I'm not for doing no major van remodeling." So
she didn't want to do that, and she said, "I think we need to look into getting a trailer, an RV." And I was like, "An RV? Like, what we gonna do with it?" And she was like, "Pull it, silly. Get a trailer."
Well, too, I should say, I also wanted the truck camper, the one that attaches into the back of the truck. And he was
non-negotiable.
Like, no. Yeah, that's your non-negotiable.
I didn't want that. I wouldn't say that I would never do it, but that, nah.
He didn't like it. But then when he saw how some of them really look on the inside. Really nice. He's like, oh, wow, they look really nice. I'm like, yeah, bro, I was trying to tell you. But we ended up with a travel trailer, and it's all good. We love our little baby.
Yeah, right? Well, now, as we get into that, this last trip, because we want to keep this short, and it's gone a little bit longer than we wanted to go. But we talked briefly about, in the beginning, about the last vacation, this last trip that we just came off. And this last one, actually, there was a precursor to that on the trip before that we took on the way back home from Tybee Island, Georgia. We had our first major
blowout.
Literally.
Blew out.
And it blew out so bad that it damaged the trailer.
Yes.
I had never had anything happen like that before.
Right.
And
neither
then it was
one of us
pitch
had.
black.
Yes.
It was 3:30 in the morning, maybe.
Yes.
We were like right in New Orleans East, and I was going to work that day.
Yes, I was too.
And had to blow out, and we had to call in and say we're not coming because of emergencies.
But when I tell you it was just the craziest experience.
Let me say this: don't break down. Excuse me. Don't break down in New Orleans East at 3:30 in the morning in the dark in the Bayou Sauvage area, because we're both still scratching
from mosquito bites. That was the worst experience.
Oh Lord,
that was horrible, y'all.
And I think you have footage of it. You have footage
yes,
of some
I
of
do
it
have footage of
the daytime. I guess after
once day broke.
DOTD came. I can't think of the guy's name, but he has the name.
But I'll have it in the footage.
Yeah,
and he came
was
and
outstanding.
He saved us.
We didn't even call him. He just saw us and he
came and saved us.
And I was in no mood. I was not happy at all. I was tired. I was very.
We were both tired after that. It poured down, raining on us, y'all. It was just you couldn't not script it.
It was clear, but you could see the clouds coming, and before we could even try to get it lift, boom! So we had we had the blowout, we had the mosquitoes, then the
torrential rain. I was in the truck, and here I am swatting all over. Like when I tell you, they had so many mosquitoes. When Larry would come and open up the door to get something, they would just swarm in the truck. And we didn't even have the light on in the truck. They just swarmed in. It was like they were moving like in like herds.
They had formed. They had units.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they on radio. They were radioing each other. Okay, unit 1, they're here. And then unit 1 went, and unit 1 came and attacked, and they and then no, unit 2 by unit 50.
It was I was just like, I'm done. I am done.
Yeah. There's 4 tires on the vehicle. Tire 1 blew on the way from the last trip before this trip, which was, like I said, was Tybee Island. Trip 2, all the other tires decided to blow out on us. Well, 2 more decided to blow out on us on this last trip. And we didn't want to wait till number 4 to do it, so we went on and we just got 4 tires. Yeah. We still have one of the original tires now that's the spare, but it won't be a spare very long because I'm not going through that again. Do we go through all of those things, or should we just let them see it once we put those videos up? Let's just say there was a lot of drama in this last trip to Tennessee, and you'll probably see the last trip that we did this time, the year before, which leads us also to saying that we're going to do a new series of videos of all that old footage that we never had a chance to put out, and we're going to call it the Catch-Up series. So there's going to be a little Catch-Up logo in the corner, and it might be a bottle that looks like a ketchup bottle or something. That way you'll know cute, those videos are like from literally 3 or 4 years ago. Before
and we may throw in a French fryer too, my favorite snack.
We'll throw some other stuff in there. And by the way, just hold that thought. Does anybody know what this is? I'm sure all of my RVers out there know exactly what that is. Bessemer, Alabama. Which is right south you get to Tuscaloosa.
Of Birmingham.
South of Birmingham and north of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And went to get gas. Be sure to always check if you are pulling your pins, keys, ties, whatever you want to call it, because I checked and I just so happened after filling up looked, and this is what I saw. And I'll show some video footage of it. It was literally sticking out. The clamp had disappeared. And if I would not have pulled over to get gas, this probably would have been a whole different...
Another disaster.
Okay, because that thing would have cut loose And if it wasn't for God, by God,
one sway bar
higher
would have
power
been,
came through on that one.
Been free and cut loose, because that probably would have, we would have probably ended up rolling over that.
But didn't it look beautiful? Look at the fire.
It is so high, y'all. I'm like, oh my God,
and that's
kind
dry.
of high.
What kind of what is it again? Fig tree wood.
Tree wood. Yeah,
I may get some footage of it once it dies down.
But
shouldn't be much problem with scabitas.
Yeah, it's just high.
Let me see if I can pull it.
I don't know.
It's burning. You can smell the burn of
the fig wood. We know that we talked to you guys a little bit about why we started camping, and we put out those videos when we first started. And during the time COVID was still prevalent, we found out that my mom had a form of leukemia. And so that kind of shifted how I moved, shifted how we needed to work through things as a family and to try to help her to live a well life. Unfortunately, she is no longer with us. And that is part of the reason why we really had to slow down, especially after, I'd say 2020. We kind of just, we've done things, but we just have not posted. Helping take care of my mom and other things just changed our direction in what we were doing. We do have video footage, don't get me wrong, but
plenty.
It just was not time, and we didn't have the energy to edit anything.
Another thing that I'm pretty large in, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm probably going to get out of it, but is videography and photography. I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And now the young bucks are coming up, and it's kind of like I'm feeling like it's their turn, and it's my turn to kind of like put all of that behind me. If someone was to ask me to do something, I'd do it, but I'm starting to feel like, nah, maybe it's time for me to start looking at hanging up that aspect of my life. And then now I can put more focus on our stuff.
So I'm just gonna get a little closer. Y'all can see the sweat. I'm glistening. I am glistening.
Let me see if I can make the light work.
I am glistening.
The light is there. We go. That's a little bit of light. That should help a little bit.
So we're gonna get a little closer so you can see us a little bit better.
A little closer.
Yeah. So we wanted to just kind of wrap up a little bit and tell you all that we will be showing some of our previous content as LVP said in the catch-up series. So make sure you're looking out for that jar catch-up. And we're also going to be showing some new content. So just make sure that you are subscribed, that you have your notification button checked, and that you like our videos so that we can bring you all more great content.
Please comment below.
Yeah.
I know that the algorithm is what it is, and we've been trying for quite some time to build our following and build our subscribers, and we're somewhere in that 350, 60 range. Shout out to number 361, the Browns, because they found us somehow, and we're going to send some information about them too for you all to watch their videos. National, international, road stuff. You know, I think the more that we get into it, there'll be more of us pulling the trailer.
And we know that we've been out and not posting a lot of videos. So yeah, just stay tuned, watch our content, and make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And we'll see you next time, fam. Bye.
Peace, everybody.